Now, let's learn how to crochet motif 2. We'll use the chain ring method. Work along the chain ring. The new stitches include the TR5 bobble, the double treble crochet DTR for short, the TR5 popcorn, the DC 3-in-1, the double crochet decrease DC2 tog for short. Now, let me demonstrate. First, chain 8. Then join with a slip stitch to the first chain. Pull tight. The chain ring method is now complete. Next, crochet the first round. Start with 4 chains. In the large ring, work 4 incomplete treble crochets. Let's start with the first one. Yarn over twice. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. This is an incomplete treble crochet. Work 3 more. After completing, yarn over and draw through all the loops on the hook. Treat the completed stitch as a special TR5 bobble. Next, chain 6. Then work a TR5 bobble in the large ring. Start with 5 incomplete treble crochets. Then yarn over and draw through. This completes the TR5 bobble. Continue with 6 chains and 1 TR5 bobble. Crochet alternately. Repeat twice. When you can't crochet more, shift the completed part slightly to the right. Chain 6. Join with a slip stitch in the special TR5 bobble. Tighten. Cut the yarn. This completes the first round. Now let's crochet the second round. Attach the yarn in the same position as the slip stitch. Then make 2 chains as beginning chains. Make 1 half double crochet in the same position. Then, in the left chain space, make 1 half double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 treble crochet, 3 chains, then crochet symmetrical stitches to the right of the chain. After crocheting, work 1 HDC2 in 1 in the TR5 bobble. Continue this process, referring to the pattern instruction. Complete this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. Cut the yarn. This completes the second round. Now let's crochet the third round. Attach yarn in the same position as the slip stitch. Chain 5 as the beginning chain. Then work 2 double treble crochets in the same position. Let's start with the first one. Yarn over 3 times. Insert. Pull through. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat 4 times. That complete a double treble crochet, DTR for short. Continue with another one. Work 1 treble crochet after completing it. Then chain 6. Work 1 treble crochet into the adjacent half double crochet. Mind that this stitch is a bit puckered, don't miss it. Work 3 DTR. Chain 3 after completing them. Then, in the first stitch of the adjacent HDC 2 in 1. Work 3 DTR. Work 1 treble crochet afterward. Chain 6 next. Then, in the second half double crochet. Crochet symmetrical stitches to the right of these 6 chains. Continue with this method. Refer to the pattern instruction. Work this round completely. After completing it, join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. This completes the third round. Now, let's crochet the fourth round. Attach the yarn in the same position as the slip stitch. Then, chain 4 for the beginning. Next, make 1 treble crochet in each of the adjacent 3 stitches. Then, make 11 DTR in the left chain space. After that, in the left 4 stitches, make 1 treble crochet in each. Pay attention when working the last stitch. Take out the corresponding color yarn to switch colors. Next, pick up the chain space from both the third and second rounds. Make a T or 5 popcorn stitch. First, make 5 treble crochets. After crocheting, remove the hook from the loop. Then, pull the yarn through the first treble crochet stitch. Switch colors when making the chain. This completes the T or 5 popcorn stitch. Follow by crocheting 1 treble crochet in each of the left 4 stitches. After crocheting, take a look. This round involves crocheting the corresponding number of DT in the chain spaces. Make the treble crochet in the corresponding stitch. Pick up the chain space from both the second and third rounds. Make a T or 5 popcorn. Continue referring to the pattern instruction to complete this round. Pay attention to switching colors while crocheting. After finishing, join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. This completes the 4th round. Now, let's crochet the 5th round. In this round, you need to crochet at these 4 corners. Here, I will demonstrate with a random corner. First, crochet the first row. Start by joining the yarn in the 4th treble crochet made in the chain space at the corner. Then, make 3 chains to start. Next, skip 1 stitch. In the adjacent stitch, make 2 double crochets. Between them, chain 1. After crocheting, skip 1 stitch again. Make a double crochet. This completes the first row. Next, crochet the second row. Make 3 chains to start. Turn the work. Make 2 double crochets in the chain space. Chain 1 in between. After crocheting, Make a double crochet in the first turning chain of the previous row. This completes the second row. Now crochet the third row. Make 3 chains to start. Turn the work. Make a double crochet in the chain space. Make a double crochet in the turning chain. The third row is complete. Now crochet the last row. Make 3 chains to start. Turn the work. Make a double crochet decrease DC2 tog for short. Work an incomplete double crochet in the left stitch and the turning chain. Then yarn over and draw through. This completes the DC2 tog. The fourth row is now finished. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. One corner of the fifth round is now complete. Work the remaining 3 corners in the same way. Now, refer to the pattern instruction and finish the rest corners. This completes the 5th round. Next, crochet the 6th round. When crocheting this round, each of the 4 sides needs to be connected with the motif 1. Here, I will demonstrate the connection method using one motif 2. The connection method for the other motif 2s is the same. Take the corresponding color of yarn. First, attach the yarn in the same position as the slip stitch in the previous round. Then, make 3 chains to start. Next, work a double crochet in the same position. Then, skip 2 stitches and work a DC3 in 1. That is, work 3 double crochets in the same position. After crocheting, skip 2 stitches again. Then work 1 double crochet. Next, make a slip stitch. This slip stitch is worked into the motif 1. Take out the motif 1. In the last round, into the first stitch of any HDC2 in 1. Work a slip stitch. You can refer to the pattern instruction for the position. You can also work into any stitch. Insert the hook from the right side. And the yarn should be in front of the hook. This connects to the motif 1 once. Next, in the same stitch of this double crochet, work 2 treble crochets. Then, pick up the second row, along the edge of the 5th round. Work 2 double crochets. In the adjacent row, pick up the turning chain, and work 2 half double crochets. Then, on motif 1, work a slip stitch with 6 stitches apart. Work another slip stitch. Note: the yarn should be in front of the hook. This connects to this motif 1 twice. Continue by picking up the incomplete double crochet in the adjacent row of motif 2 and work 2 half double crochets. Then work 4 chains. Next, work a slip stitch with 6 stitches apart on motif 2. Work 6 chains. Continue by working a slip stitch with 6 stitches apart on motif 1. Then pick up another motif 1. Find any HDC 2 in 1. Count from the first stitch of the HDC 2 in 1 to the left. Work a slip stitch in the 8th stitch. You can also pick any stitch here. Then, on these 6 chains, work 5 slip stitches first. Then work a single crochet. Next, work a slip stitch with 6 stitches apart. Then, on these 4 chains, work a half double crochet first. Followed by 3 double crochets. We are now at round 5. Crochet symmetrical stitches. Start with 2 half double crochets. Then work a slip stitch with 6 stitches apart on motif 1. Let's take a look. The connection for motif 2. All connections are made when working slip stitches with motif 1. Between each slip stitch, there are 6 stitches apart on motif 1. And the corners of motif 2 need to connect to 2 motif 1s. Continue following this method. Refer to the pattern instruction. Crochet motif 2 and connect it. When you encounter yarn tails, weave them in. When you reach the starting edge, continue connecting with the previous motif. Count to the right from the first joining point. Connect at the 35th stitch. Continue crocheting this edge all the way down. Lastly, join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail, cut the yarn, and weave in the tail. Hide the tail on the wrong side. After crocheting, let's take a look. Each of the 4 edges has a motif 1 connected. Now, continue using this method. Crochet and connect the remaining motif 2s. Here, let me use this small sample to explain. When connecting at the corner position, you'll encounter the previous connection point. The slip stitches of 2 motif 1s are made in the same position as the previous slip stitch of motif 1s. Now, go ahead and refer to the pattern instruction to crochet accordingly. That concludes the demonstration for motif 2. Next, let's learn how to crochet motif 3. We will also use the foundation chain method. Crochet along the starting chain. The crocheting method is almost the same as motif 2. However, you only need to crochet half of motif 2. And after each row, you need to cut the yarn. Then, join the yarn at the starting point of the previous row and crochet. First, refer to the pattern and crochet the first 5 rows. When crocheting the 5th row, you only need to make 3 corners here. The stitch count for the 2 corners on the edge is slightly different. The crocheting method is the same for all. Please refer to the pattern and crochet. After completing the 5th row, crochet the 6th row. When crocheting this row, you also need to connect. Now, let me demonstrate. Similarly, I will demonstrate the connection of any motif 3. The connection method for the other motifs is the same. Take the corresponding color of yarn and attach the yarn. Attach the yarn at the DC 2-in-1. Then make 11 chains. Next, find the previous connection position of motif 2. Count to the right and make a slip stitch connection at the corresponding stitch. Then make 5 slip stitches on the chain of motif 3. Make 1 single crochet. Skip 6 stitches and make a slip stitch. Make 4 half double crochets. The crocheting method afterward is basically the same as motif 2. Continue crocheting according to the pattern instruction. Note that the stitch count for the intervals on the edges should be according to the chart. Here, it connects in the same position, where motif 2 was connected. The other side is the same. After crocheting this last single crochet, crochet another chain. Then start the half double crochets from the adjacent chain. After crocheting the last few half double crochets, you can make a slip stitch connection on this DC2 tog. Pull tight. Cut the yarn and weave in the ends. This completes the 6th row. It is also connected to motif 1. A motif 3 is now complete. Now, please follow this method. Crochet and connect the remaining motif 3s. Refer to the pattern instruction to see that the first slip stitch of each motif 3 is crocheted with the same number of stitches apart from the previous connection position. Continue crocheting following the pattern. Now, refer to the pattern instruction, and finish the remaining work. This completes the instructions for motif 3. Up to this point, all the motifs are covered. Lastly, crochet the edging. Crochet around the connected motifs. The new stitch technique used includes DC6 and 1, DC3 bobble. Now, let me demonstrate. Start by crocheting the first round. Refer to the pattern instruction. Find the slip stitch at the edge of the last row of motif 3 to join the yarn. Then, make a chain 1 as the beginning chain. Pick up the slip stitches, and make 5 single crochets across. Next, pick up the single crochet, and make 1 single crochet. Then, pick up the chain space, and make 1 single crochet. Continue along the half double crochet stitches, and make 4 single crochets. After crocheting, it will be the side of the 5th round of motif 3. When you encounter the beginning chain, pick up the beginning chain and make 2 single crochets. When you encounter a double crochet, pick up the entire double crochet and make 2 single crochets. Continue this once more. After crocheting, you reach the position of the DTR. Pick up the entire DTR and make 4 single crochets. Adjacent to this is the side of the 3rd row. Pick up the entire stitch and make 4 single crochets. For the 2nd row side, pick up the entire half double crochet and make 2 single crochets. Next, for the 1st row side, make 4 single crochets. Now, you reach the other side of motif 3. Pick up the beginning chain and crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. When you encounter the side of the 5th round, crochet using the same method. After crocheting, you reach the chain position. Pick up the remaining 2 strands of the chain. Make 4 single crochets respectively. Then, pick up the chain space and make 1 single crochet. The remainder is crocheted by picking up the remaining 2 strands of the chain. After crocheting, the side of motif 3 is complete. Next, you reach the position for another motif 3. Crochet using the same method as before. When you encounter the side of motif 3 later, crochet using the same method. Here, I will demonstrate using a small sample. Here, I am at the position of motif 1. Motif 1 should be crocheted with single crochets corresponding to each stitch. Note that the connection position also gets 1 single crochet. After crocheting, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. Don't cut the yarn. According to the pattern instruction, you can check the number of single crochets. If there is a difference of 2-3 stitches, you can adjust at any position. Now, let's crochet round 2. Make 2 chains as the beginning chain, then crochet half double crochets evenly along the stitches. Work this round completely. After crocheting, pick up the beginning chain and join with a slip stitch, then pull tight. Cut the yarn. That completes round 2. Now, let's crochet round 3. Join the yarn at the 6th half double crochet. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Then make 3 chains. Skip 3 stitches. Work 1 single crochet. 3 chains. Continue to skip 3 stitches. Work 1 single crochet. Then make 1 chain. Skip 3 stitches. Work 1 DC6 in 1. That is, work 6 double crochets in the same position. This completes the DC6 in 1. Then make 1 chain. Work the group marked in the pattern instruction. That is, work 5 single crochets, skip 3 stitches in between, and make 3 chains. After completing, make 1 chain. Then skip 3 stitches and work 1 DC6 in 1. After completing, make 1 chain. Let's take a look. This round, alternate crocheting. The marked group. And the DC6 in 1. And around the DC6 in 1, make 1 chain. Work this round completely. At the corners, on either side of the DC6 in 1, make 2 chains. Please refer to the pattern while crocheting. After completing, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. Cut the yarn. This completes the first group. The third round is also complete. Next, crochet the fourth round. Attach the yarn in the same position as the slip stitch in the previous round. Chain 1 as a beginning chain. Work a single crochet in the same stitch. Chain 3. Work a single crochet in the adjacent single crochet. Chain 2. Then, work 1 treble crochet in each of the 6 double crochets. Chain 2 between them. After completing, work a single crochet in each of the 3 single crochets in the middle on the left side. Chain 3 between single crochets. Work 2 chains on each side. Continue in this manner. Work this round completely. Join with a slip stitch and pull tight. Don't cut the yarn. This completes the 4th round. Now, let's crochet the 5th round. Chain 1 to begin. Work another single crochet. Work a picket stitch. Chain 2. Then work a DC3 bobble on the treble crochet. First, work 3 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops. This completes the DC3 bobble. Work another picket stitch. Here, pick up the strand in front and underneath to work a slip stitch. Chain 3. Continue working DC3 bobble. And the picket stitches on the treble crochets. Work 3 chains between the picots. Complete the treble crochets here. After completing them, work 2 chains, then work a single crochet in the middle single crochet, and work 1 picket stitch. Work 2 chains. Let's take a look. This round involves working corresponding stitches in the treble crochets. Work 3 chains in between. Work a single crochet and a picket stitch in the middle single crochet. Work 2 chains on either side. Continue to complete this round. Join with a slip stitch after completing. Tighten. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. This completes the 5th round. The edging is now finished. If there are any remaining strands, make sure to weave in all the ends. Up to this point, we have completed this blanket. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, you can reach us via our website, Susan's Family, one stitch at a time, enjoying the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.